Hi folks, we are Sophie and Philippe, two professional chefs and regenerative farmers. Currently, we're setting up our second regenerative farm in Central Portugal, where we grow food for our local community and share our knowledge both on the land and in the kitchen. On this channel, we take you along on the farm's development and we show you how we grow, cook and preserve nutrient-dense, regeneratively grown, delicious food. In a time where the food we're eating is literally killing us, the most powerful and impactful action one could take is to consume nutrient-dense, regeneratively grown, clean food. Let's grow it, let's cook it, let's do it. Hi folks and welcome back. Are you ready to snack? Because I know that I am. Now, when you think snacks, most people think store-bought Pringles and all of that stuff. That is loaded with preservatives and lots of MSG and other bad crap in there. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna make some from scratch snacks today that are gonna not only look delicious, but taste delicious. So let's get going. I'm going to start off with, what are we going to start off with? Good question. While she is taking her time over there, let me first tell you what we are making while I show you the harvesting footage. Or just skip to minute 3:13 if you want to get straight to the making of these snacks. Today, in honor of Philippe's birthday, we are making some herby sweet potato bites with kohlrabi, feta cheese and chorizo, roasted garlic skewers, fennel and orange salad cocktails, the most delicious sunflower seeds and olive oil crackers you have ever tried, and a very creamy dip for your fresh vegetables using sesame paste and yogurt. So, whilst I have you here on this little garden trip with me, let me quickly tell you about some cool farm development. We got pigs. Eek! Or should I say, oink! Sorry, that was a little cringe. So last week we went to get two new little additions to the farm. Their names, Bacon and Mortadella. I kid you not, those are the kids' choices. Two Kune pigs to be exact, we purchased for breeding purposes.
That was a little hectic, but they went in.
These little pigs actually graze instead of dig, making them perfect in our regenerative setup to do some lawn mowing for us, whilst also dropping their poo in our fields. Their impact is very modest, so really we would need a little army of them to do that job correctly at the moment, which will take at least one more year as they are only 2 to 3 months old and they do not yet procreate. Time's a tickin'. Back to the harvesting. I harvested some fennel, carrots, kohlrabi and some lettuce heads. Then I took those up and of course washed them well before I got to work. I think I remember what I wanted to start with. Delicious sweet potato and chorizo bites. So I'm not gonna cook the actual ones we're gonna eat now for Philippe's birthday because if I'm filming this is gonna be not optimally productive. Now what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna cut this into even strips of about 1/2 centimeter thick or 1/4 of an inch, I think. And then we're going to pop this into the oven with just a little bit of oil and salt. And then we're gonna cook them until they're just cooked through because they're gonna be the base of this snack. Put the slices of sweet potato in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes until they are sweet. The potato should be cooked through but not too soft. Chop up the chorizo in super small bits. Then chop up the parsley very finely and add it into the pestle and mortar and pound it to release some of those aromatics. Then add in 30 ml of olive oil. Chop up the kohlrabi in a bourgeois cut, meaning very small dices. Add that into the pestle and mortar, and then on top of that add in 150 grams of feta cheese. Now stir the whole. Season with some lemon juice. Now assemble the bits by scooping the mix onto the sweet potato discs. Do this very gently. This can be a little tedious, but if you do it right, it ends up looking spectacular. Voila, and ready to serve.
Let's make some roasted garlic skewers. Only party with people that you love. That way you know you can eat garlic.
This is a super simple recipe. All you have to do is peel all your garlic cloves and then stick them onto a toothpick. I lay them out so the sizes of the cloves are evenly distributed between the skewers, and once they are on the toothpick, I rub them in a bit of olive oil. Then I sprinkle them with some salt and I place them in the oven at 107 degrees Celsius or 338 Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. I turn them over one by one about halfway into the roasting process. They are done when they are golden all over and are best served warm but not hot. Next up are some delicious sunflower crackers. So these are super simple to make and you can make this with any kind of nut. I'm just going to show you the basic recipe here. You can change the spices, you can change the nut type, you can change the flour type. It's all about the ratios and then how you bake them off in the oven. So let's get going and make ourselves some delicious crackers. The ingredients for this recipe are whole grain wheat flour, sourdough starter, sunflower seeds, smoked paprika powder, a bit of crushed pepper, salt, olive oil and water. Into a large bowl, put 2 cups of whole grain flour, 1 cup of active sourdough starter, 1 cup of water, a half cup of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of cracked pepper, 1.5 cup of sunflower seeds, 1 tablespoon of dried thyme, half a tablespoon of smoked paprika powder, and then mix well until it is all combined. Once that's done, add another cup of water and another half a cup of olive oil. Mix well until smooth once more. Take a large baking pan and oil it well with some olive oil. Then distribute half of the dough into it. And with a cake spatula, spread out the batter until nice and even all over. Repeat that process on the second tray. Optionally, you could now sprinkle them as well with some more mixed seeds on top. Bake them in the oven on 180 degrees Celsius or 365 degrees Fahrenheit until they are golden. Turn the cracker over once to dry out the bottom for another 5 minutes on 120 degrees Celsius. If the cracker is still soft, keep baking them on 120 degrees Celsius or 248 degrees Fahrenheit until it is completely dried out and cracks easily. I like to break them up in naturally shaped pieces, but if you want squares, you just score the batter before baking and that will create an even break line so you can get nice and square crackers out of them.
Who would have known that salad in a glass looks twice as delicious as it does in a plate. So you could eat this with a little fork or a little spoon. These are little flavor boosters and they're super, super healthy. Let's make them. Fennel and orange salad cocktail. Ingredients: 6 small oranges cut into clean segments, 3 bulbs of fennel, 1 handful of toasted almond slivers, salt and lemon juice. The tools you'll be needing are a mandolin, optional, a small sharp knife to cut orange segments, a bowl to mix in, a mixing spoon, a wide mouth funnel, 6 to 8 beautiful glasses to serve, and of course a cutting board. First, start off by cutting the stems off the 3 bulbs of fennel. Now cut the soft tops off the fennel leaves. The tender bits are the best. Cut those up roughly and place into a large bowl. Throw away the hard stalks in the middle, they can go into the compost, and cut the bulb through the middle lengthwise. Either by hand or on a mandolin, slice the bulbs into very fine slivers. Then move on to peeling the oranges. Hold the peeled orange in your hand and using a sharp knife carefully slice out each segment by cutting along the membrane on both sides of each wedge. Do this over the bowl with the fennel to catch all the juice. This juice is essential for adding flavor to the salad. Just be sure to remove any seeds before they fall in. Once the orange wedges and the fennel are in the bowl, season with olive oil, add a little salt and lemon juice until the flavor is sweet with a little tart kick. Now sprinkle in the roasted almond slivers and mix. Serve them by placing the salads into cocktail glasses through the large mouth funnel to avoid dirtying the sides of the glass. They look spectacularly deluxe and are extremely tasty. Folks, I'm sorry I'm interrupting the video for just a sec to talk to you about 2 very fun things. The first one is that we have been broadcasted on the Deep Sea podcast. This is made by Rafael, who is going through Europe and making wonderful documentaries on regenerative projects, interesting regenerative projects in Europe, and we have been blessed or flattered by his desire to come and interview us. So he made an episode on us. So if you're into seeing more about our farm practices, the thing that supplies our kitchen with all this delicious food, definitely go and check it out. It's a really wonderful video and it showcases the farm and our philosophy. So if that's something you're into, go check it out. And secondly, of course, that if you're into this wonderful cooking, from scratch cooking and farm to table fun, you can come join us for a retreat here in Portugal. So I'm going to leave both of those links below in the description. All right, back to the video. Look at this beautiful plate of color. This is a wonderful sesame and yogurt dip. Let's get into the kitchen and make it. Make the dip by mixing together 150 milliliters of tahini, which is sesame paste, with another 100 milliliters of thick Greek yogurt. Add some salt to that and blend it with a wand mixer until smooth. If it is still a little lumpy, blend again and add some water if necessary to bring it to the required consistency, which should be like thick pancake batter. Now, plate your vegetables. We use carrots and lettuce leaves, but you could also use cucumber, celery stalks, kohlrabi, you name it. Let's get creative. Pour the tahini sauce into a bowl and add a pungent coriander spice mix called skewers into the bowl. This will add a spicy kick and a strong nutty aroma. Decorate that with some pumpkin seeds and cabbage blossoms or any other edible flower, and voila, ready to serve. Now, if you liked these recipes and you want to learn how to make your own skewers at home with coriander and some chili to get that kick into that dip, go check out this video. Or if you want to come join us in Portugal for a cooking retreat, go check out our website. Also, you can find the recipes there. See you on the next one, The Farming Chefs. Peace out.